Hey friends, welcome back to my channel Organized with Joy. In today's video, I am going to be starting a series where I am sharing with you clean and decorate videos for Christmas, and today is my first video and I will be cleaning and decorating my living room for Christmas. But before I get too far into the video, I did want to share that this is a collaboration with my friend Emily. My friend Emily's channel is Emily Conley, and if you like my content, you will love hers. She is also a professional organizer, but across the country in New York. She shares inspiring content like organizing client spaces and also working with friends in their spaces. She also has a podcast with two of her friends all about home decor and home styling, which I have become obsessed with, called the Dwelling Place Podcast. Her and I have very similar styles, so I am also inspired by her home decor content. I hope that you will go check out her video after you watch mine. Here you'll see that I'm starting by putting up the tree, and funny story about the tree collar there. I did purchase that this year, but after I purchased it, I found one that I liked better, but I thought it wasn't worth the hassle of returning this one to get the one I liked. But after I had up all of the Christmas decor, I did decide I do in fact like the other one better, and as long as I'm investing the money in a tree collar, then I really need to get the one that I actually liked. So in the end, I did purchase a different one, and I had to pick up the entire tree while it was decorated to put the new tree collar on. Would not recommend this. I definitely should have asked for help, but I thought I could do it on my own. But in a minute here, you'll see what the new tree collar looked like in the end. During this video, this other tree collar was on, but in the end, this was the one that I actually bought and used. I start by fluffing out our tree. It doesn't take a whole lot to get the tree fluffed up because we actually store our tree completely upright in our attic space since there's room for it, and it just keeps it a little bit more fluffed than if we were to close it up and put it in the box that it came in. I do like to use string lights on my Christmas tree that have a little bit bigger bulb than the traditional Christmas tree light strands, but it does mean that sometimes the bulbs burn out, and so I have to just go grab new bulbs to replace any of the bulbs that were burnt out. I actually did have several that were burnt out this year, but it was fine. I had some on hand to go ahead and replace those.
Radio, marathon, ovens on, fires heating, flickering, TV sets, a new guest for the season. Someone grab the booze, Santa's on the move, Santa's on the move.
In hindsight, I really maybe should have enlisted help at least to wrap this tree with the lights, because it was definitely a little bit dizzying to walk in circles around the tree getting the lights in place. For those of you who didn't know, I do have older children. My youngest is now 18, and when they were younger, we did decorate the tree as a family and used their ornaments, either ornaments they had received or made. But once they hit the teenage years, they weren't really interested in decorating the tree anymore. And so since then, I've just been decorating it the way I wanted to decorate it, kind of more like a themed tree. But that is why this tree looks like this, and we don't have a bunch of random ornaments. When my kids were younger, that is what my tree looked like. Here I'm just showing you these berry picks that I will be putting in the tree next, and I actually did purchase these this year. I had very similar berry picks, but they were more like iridescent kind of. I can't really explain them. I can definitely link my clean and decorate from last year so you can see how I decorated my tree last year. But I liked how these berries were more matte looking and kind of more of a natural look. That was the look I was going for this year. I did end up purchasing new Christmas ornaments as well. Some of the ornaments I had for many, many years. And then some of the other ornaments, I just decided to go a different direction, and I got rid of my glitter ball ornaments. And you'll see here in a bit what type of ornaments I chose for the tree this year. When I saw these copper ball ornaments, I knew that I wanted to incorporate them somehow. I absolutely love this color right now, kind of like a rust color. And so I really wanted to get these for the tree this year. And so that was kind of my inspiration for what I was going for. And I did purchase some other Christmas bulbs. And honestly, I like to do this every few years. Some of the bulbs that I had for 15 plus years. But some of the other bulbs that I had, the glitter bulbs, I got a few years ago, along with the fur ornaments that you might see there that I did keep as part of the look that I was going for on my tree this year. I always really struggle with my star every year. It doesn't fit exactly on the very top of my tree, so I have to use a branch that is next to the top, but it never stands up straight. You'll see even in the end shots that it's not perfectly straight. Maybe I need to get a wire or something to hold it in place. Next, this year I decided to replace this print that I have on this wall with a print that was above my bed in my bedroom. It's kind of a wintry looking print, so I thought it was appropriate for Christmas time. I really do love it here though, so I might end up leaving it here, and it was a bit of a domino effect, so I did have to find something for above my bed, which I will be sharing in a different video upcoming here soon, where I do a little bit of a makeover in my bedroom. Next, I'm working on this little side table that honestly I mostly just use to style, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a clean so that I can bring in new pieces and try different things out. You'll see that I try different things here. I thought maybe with the bigger print that this larger mirror would look better than the smaller mirror, but you'll see in the end I choose to go back to the smaller mirror, but it's just a process for me. I just keep messing around with things until I find the setup that I like. Be sure to watch until the end because each of the spaces that I style looks slightly different at the end of this video because I keep tweaking it even after I quit filming. I absolutely love that amber mug. It is new to me for this year. My friend who owns a vintage Etsy shop gave that to me for helping her out with setting up a pop-up shop not too long ago. And I love it because it has a ski scene, which our family loves to ski. So I thought that it was fun to add that to my Christmas decor. But here I'm just removing my fall decor from my coffee table. Y'all, I totally forgot about this beaded garland that I had. I had it in my everyday decor stash because I use it not just for my Christmas tree, but I use it in different spaces year round. But since it wasn't with all of my other tree decorations, I completely forgot that I added this garland. So I would not recommend adding garland last to a Christmas tree, but that is what I had to do this year. Next, I work on styling my coffee table, and in the fall, I decided to do something a little bit different and not use a tray, which usually I do for this space, but I loved how it turned out, and so I decided to once again style without it. You'll just see me messing around trying to find a setup that I like. But I did add these vintage books that I got off of Etsy. I just loved how they were red and green, and so they kind of fit in with Christmas, but yet they're not over the top Christmas looking. So I was really happy to find those and get to style with those as well. Next, I'm just going to be working on changing up the blankets and pillows in this space. And for some reason, I really like to have matching blankets on the backs of the chairs in this room during the fall and winter time. But here I'm showing you I like to store pillow covers and the side tables so that I don't have to keep an entire pillow, but it's easier to store just the covers. Clearly, I really like having lots of blankets in a space during the cooler months because here I am draping a blanket over my sofa. I think this is up to 4 blankets in this space now. Let me know if you think that's too many. I don't think you can ever have too many blankets and pillows in a space. I just feel like it makes it so much more cozy. The last thing I'm going to do in this space is vacuum and steam mop. I always like to leave this until the end when I'm decorating for Christmas because although the tree is artificial, it does still shed pine needles that need to be vacuumed up in the end.
Just you and me out in the still evening chill, what a thrill. Alone on Christmas with you. How sidewalk to sidewalk, 2 pairs sidewalk to sidewalk, 2 pairs of sidewalk to sidewalk, 2 pairs sidewalk to sidewalk, 2 pairs sidewalk to sidewalk, 2 pairs sidewalk to sidewalk, 2 pairs. But for the holiday to go my way, there's one thing on my list. Some secret mistletoe where we can go and finally steal a kiss. Oh, sidewalk to sidewalk, 2 pairs sidewalk to sidewalk, 2 pairs sidewalk to sidewalk, 2 pairs sidewalk to sidewalk.
So like I mentioned, I did tweak this space a little bit after I finished decorating it, so you might notice few slight differences as I show you these after shots, but thank you so much for watching this video until the end. Be sure to go check out Emily's video after you watch mine for some more Christmas clean and decorate inspiration. I know that you'll really enjoy her decor as well. And thank you so much, Emily, for doing this collaboration with me. I was so excited that we finally got to collaborate. If you're coming over from Emily's channel, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video today. I hope that if you're new or you're just a regular viewer of mine, that this video gave you some inspiration for your Christmas decor this year. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.